The 49ers need to pay Brock Purdy. It seems like they're aiming towards that happening. I want to hear your thoughts because, from my perspective at least, I've seen what Brock Purdy can do. His ceiling is evidently the Super Bowl. He can make it. He's made 2 NFC Conference championships, made 1 Super Bowl. He's 66.6% winning in the playoffs. Now, I know he's lost the NFC Conference championship, never won the Super Bowl, but when you do look at the situation, Brock Purdy has an immense amount of leverage in his contract negotiations. Dak, Tua, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence are all making upwards of $50 million annually, and Brock Purdy has severely outperformed them in the postseason, and it's not particularly close. You look at the injuries they had this year, oh my God, it was ridiculous. Ayuk, Greenlaw, Hargrave, Hufanga, McCaffrey, Trent Williams all missed 7 or more games, but no worries, Brock Purdy's our problem. The quarterback who was Mr. Irrelevant, who got no time to actually develop and was lunged right into the role of being a starting quarterback for a very, very well-known sports franchise is the problem here. I think they paid Brock Purdy, and it's not Brock Purdy that's screwing them. It is the market.
Yeah, this will probably be the only time on record where I'll say I'm wrong. When they went to the Super Bowl 2 years back, I was on like the hate train of he is a product of his environment. He's playing with multiple all pros, right down to the fullback being an all pro. He just was blessed with a blessed situation, and then once the wheels kind of started falling off this last season, I was kind of just like waiting, and I was like, this is when Brock Purdy shows everyone who he is. Unfortunately, he did, and he showed that he's a winning quarterback in the National Football League. So I was absolutely wrong. There are a lot of people that were wrong about Brock Purdy, but now like the issue is that now you have to pay him because exactly like you said, there are so many guys that are making north of $50 million and have not had any success, let alone making it to the playoffs. I think of a guy like Trevor Lawrence, who has been nothing but hype since day one, and he has yet to live up to it. But we're still giving him a chance. We're still giving him a second chance, a third chance, etc. This guy was the last pick, like the last pick in the NFL draft, Mr. Irrelevant. They are not supposed to stay on the roster past training camp, let alone be a franchise guy. San Francisco had a jackpot opportunity. They had Mr. Irrelevant on a rookie deal, and they had this big Super Bowl window, and they blew it. You can't blow that window and then not pay Brock Purdy. You have to go and pay him because it's now one of these situations of if you don't pay Brock Purdy, who are you going to pay? Who out there that is available is going to replace what he's bringing to you? Because this guy went out there this year. Ayuk was gone. Jordan Mason was gone. Christian McCaffrey was gone. And he still went out there and made plays. I don't know what else you need to see if you are San Francisco that this guy is your guy.
It wasn't a complete disaster by any means, and this opens up the never-ending question of, do we continue to recycle quarterbacks until we find a generational talent like Lamar or Patrick Mahomes, or can we rock with a guy we know we can build around like Brock Purdy, who might not be this unreal athletic talent, but is obviously good enough to take us to the Super Bowl if we do our jobs right as the GM and the head coach. And I think as far as San Francisco goes, they let go all of their quote-unquote issues, their injuries, their older players on big contracts, and they're gearing up for a rebuild. Why don't you staple down your franchise quarterback at that point? Let's not make Brock Purdy the scapegoat for a problem that the Niners have had coming for them for a very long time. Like you said, this Super Bowl window was there. It was prime. But once players started getting injured and the injuries started piling on and they were older and all these issues started happening, how is that Brock Purdy's problem? I wonder. Now, in my eyes, is Brock Purdy a $60 million quarterback? Definitely not. He shouldn't be making more money than Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, any of those quarterbacks. But listen, if there are other quarterbacks making that money and they haven't even come close to what Brock Purdy's done, and it's not like Jordan Love and Dak and Tua haven't had great rosters. They've had talent all around them. They've had the opportunities, and they haven't even been able to win one playoff game. Never mind multiple. Jordan Love has one. Dak Prescott has one. But Brock Purdy, in back-to-back years, went to the NFC Conference Championship, once to the Super Bowl, picked up a Super Bowl caliber roster, and the only reason they didn't compete that year was because he got injured in the NFC Conference Championship game against Philly. So I think it's ridiculous.